You might not believe what's happening to an orphaned orca living up north.
Pouring beer down his throat, feeding it chocolate chip cookies.
And there are reports that Luna is being beaten. What help might be on the way for him? We've heard a lot about Springer the orca, but Luna, the loner whale, is swimming into trouble.
No enforcement, no monitoring, and it's a situation. It's an accident waiting to happen.
The disturbing details we've uncovered, people feeding the whale everything from beer to cookies, and reports he's being beaten.
Also, new details.
Pouring beer down his throat, feeding it chocolate chip cookies.
Luna, the orca calf, living up north in troubled waters. The disturbing reports that he's being abused. So what does his future hold?
First for local news, Dan Lewis, Kathy Gertzen, Steve Poole, and Eric Johnson. KOMO 4 News continues.
Hi there and welcome back to KOMO 4 News. I'm Kathy Gertzen.
And I'm Dan Lewis. Shocking new allegations tonight that a government worker from Canada was caught beating an orphaned orca whale. KOMO 4 News has learned that Canada's Department of Fisheries and Oceans is launching an investigation. KOMO 4's Tracy Vetter reports the attack in Nootka Sound off Canada's Vancouver Island increases pressure to move Luna back home to Puget Sound.
Keep moving, keep going. If you stop, you won't get rid of it.
This videotape shot last summer shows Luna, an orphaned killer whale, cavorting in Nootka Sound off Vancouver Island. The juvenile orca is clearly comfortable around boats and humans, but that comfort level has become dangerous for the young orca. Now as many as 200 people a day show up to pet and play and sometimes abuse the killer whale.
Luna's being fed chocolate chip cookies, having beer poured down his throat. They're out there teaching him tricks and hand signals like shamu.
The most recent incident, a contract worker for Canada's Department of Fisheries and Oceans, the same agency that's supposed to protect marine mammals, allegedly beat Luna. Grant Howard of Nootka Aviation talked to the worker, who allegedly admitted he'd hit Luna.
When Luna got up close, he was smacking it with a board to get it away from his boat that he was trying to get in.
Canada's DFO is bringing in an investigator from Victoria. That person will determine if charges should be filed against the worker. But it's this type of incident that spotlights the problem. Orphaned orcas and humans aren't a healthy mix.
Anytime you have a wild animal, particularly a wild killer whale, interacting with human beings, you're asking for trouble.
Last year, it was Springer, the orphaned orca in Puget Sound, so starved for attention she adopted a ferry and wouldn't leave boats alone. Springer successfully reunited with her Canadian orca family. And orca advocates say it's time to give Luna the same chance and bring him home to Puget Sound. Tracy Vetter, KOMO 4 News.
Canada says at this point it's not considering any type of reunion for Luna. Instead, the government is focusing on keeping people away from the whale.